All right, this is my first TeslaCam accident that I've captured. This was July 2nd at around 1:07 p.m. by South Coast Plaza. Over here on the other side of these cars, you can see the parking lot here is South Coast Plaza. There's the bridge in South Orange County, by the way. You can see the bridge that goes across the street. But past these cars down here, you see this little car, this little detail of a car. It's coming between the cars there. This guy goes all the way out to the far left lane on his left, not the video's left. And a couple of cars to take note of. One is this white Tesla that was behind me. Another one is this Jeep over here that comes up on the left side of me. The right side of me, I'm sorry. Because again, we got to talk about forward. This angle here. So this is my rear camera. That's my forward camera. That's my driver's fender camera. This is the passenger's fender camera. So as we look over here, we can see this guy basically coming down the street, and we can see that the Tesla has changed lanes behind me into the lane behind the Jeep now. And right after the intersection, this guy gets into the lane next to me. And we can see that the Tesla is already getting ready to get over to the right. Because, look, if you look up here, that is the northbound freeway entrance on the right. So that lane is just for going northbound. These two lanes are for going southbound. So as we move forward, you'll see that this car here, which I think is a Chevy Malibu, changes lanes next to me. One thing to note, no turn signal, just brake lights. Like, he gets over in front of me. By the way, I have full self-driving turned on at this time, and full self-driving decided to go ahead and slow down and let him in. And if we look back here, you can see that the white Tesla is passing the Jeep. So as we look at this guy is getting in front of me very slowly, and then all of a sudden, he decides that's where he's going, is onto that on-ramp. This is such a bad maneuver that basically he started all the way over here. Basically, what happened is, if you look here, there's a line of cars here. Why wait in that line of cars to get on the freeway? Or they don't know that they're supposed to get over right away to go northbound on the freeway. At any rate, whatever time they saved, not just pulling out that line of cars, they lost it. So let's continue on here. So the car pulls up in front next to me, gets in front of me, and then right about here, you can see that the Tesla is ahead of the Jeep. And then you can see the Jeep in my rearview camera, but this is the important one. Right about here, he just goes for it. After almost finishing this lane change, lane number 1 to lane number 2, lane number 3, lane number 4, he cut across 3 lanes, and he paid for it off camera. Puts on his brakes nonetheless after cutting in front of all these cars. Puts on his brakes, makes his right turn, and unfortunately, boom, the Tesla hit him. Now, out our passenger window, when we saw this guy go in front of us, and I had the full self-driving on so that the Tesla was paying attention to the road, myself and my passenger looked over and we watched this go smack. I do believe that by now the Jeep driver was already slamming on his brakes. If we look, he looks a little slowed down or stopped. I think he saw what was coming up. Yeah, okay, so that's perfect, because we did not change speeds when this happened. So as you can see, the Jeep driver put on his brakes. But before the Jeep driver put on his brakes, the Tesla did have a kind of a head start on this thing. So basically, bang, the Tesla hits that car that cut in front of him. And unfortunately, we were not able to stop. It's a very confusing intersection. It would have been very hard to get to them. So what we did is we called the police and reported the accident and gave them our name and phone number in case any of the parties affected need to have video to prove what happened. At any rate, that is my first TeslaCam video that I've ever had. Thank you very much.